But he said to me, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore I will boast all the more gladly about my weakness, so that Christ's power may rest on me. That is why for Christ's sake I delight in weakness, in insults, in hardships, in persecutions, in difficulties. For when I am weak, then I am strong."
King holds all power, holds all power. Only you are holy.
Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. My name is Deborah and I send you virtual hugs wherever you are because you are loved over here on this channel. So today's video we are continuing on with the, I don't know if I want to call it series, I don't know, but we are continuing on with the healing journey. And for those who don't have an idea of what I'm talking about, definitely go ahead and watch my healing journey video, and that will help you to understand why am I on this journey, what led me here, and so that you can have a better understanding and then come back and watch this video, okay? And that video will be linked down below and in the cards. I think it's this way. Actually, I know it's this way. No, it's this way. So it will be linked in the cards, so definitely go ahead and check that out. First and foremost, before I get into today's topic, I just want to thank all of you guys who reached out to me regarding my last video. Well, not my last video, like the intro video to my healing journey. I thank you guys so much for reaching out to me, and I thank God that that video really did speak and resonate with a lot of you guys, and I appreciate you guys for coming back and letting me know how impactful that video was. And I give God all the glory because honestly, it's all God. All I can say is that it's all God and I boast in his name. Today's video, I am going to be speaking on a topic that has literally been something that I have been learning, and that is setting boundaries. Now, I know a lot of us struggle with that, and I am, for one, someone who has struggled with that. I have struggled with setting boundaries. I have struggled with people pleasing, okay? And I realized that during my time of just understanding and digging deep, one of the things that I've learned is that I was the problem. And for a lot of us, it's hard for us to admit that. But sometimes it's not the person's fault, but it's your fault. I realized that there were certain situations where I did not set boundaries. Shout out to one of my followers, and I'm gonna read her message, and it just confirmed like this is the video that I really needed to make. So I'm not gonna say her name because I didn't ask her if I could say her name, but she said, can you do a video on setting boundaries and give advice on it? As I'm entering my 20s, I'm starting to realize I have this issue, and because I lack boundaries in all aspects, I allow anyone to have access to me. She was responding to one of my stories that I had posted where it says, "It's poor spiritual hygiene to give everyone access to you." And so shout out to you, girl. I didn't want to say your name because I didn't ask you if you wanted me to say your name, but shout out to her because it really confirmed that what I'm doing on this channel, God has signed off, okay? But honestly, like, I completely understand it, and something that I have realized is that if you do not set boundaries, it's like you do not give people something to respect. My mom always says this, where it's just like, you are the one who make people respect you. And one of the biggest things that I learned in setting boundaries is you have to be willing to turn away. There are certain situations that is just not worth your sanity, and it is not worth you stepping out of character. And that is something that I am learning, where Deb, if they're not willing to budge, if they're not willing to compromise, if they're not willing to understand where you're coming from, then turn away. I love you, but for my peace, I gotta go. I gotta distance myself. I had to stop expecting myself from people. There are some people that you could talk them down, you could tell them you don't like what they do, you could tell them everything, but some people will not get it. And you have to be okay with that. Stop expecting yourself from people. But let me just say this though, because I know some people might be like, oh, if it's to cut people off, cool, I'm good. I'll cut them off real quick. Like, a part of setting boundaries requires you to also approach certain people. Sometimes that person don't know that what they're doing to you is hurting you until you speak up. If you don't like something, do not allow people to keep on doing that to you, but address the situation. There was a situation that happened recently where I had to confront someone, and it was so hard for me to confront them because I don't like tension. I had like my spiritual sisters, and they were just talking to me and encouraging me to say something. But long story short, I ended up speaking up, and it ended up working in my favor. And it was basically like a business transaction where there was money involved. The person did not hold up their end of the bargain, and I ended up losing my money for no reason. I was like, whatever, it is what it is. Yes, I lost my money. But speaking to my sisters about it, they were like, no, Deborah, you should speak up because you don't know if this person is doing this to other people. Like, you need to say something. And this situation happened happened years ago, and it was recently I brought it back up to the person, and I ended up getting my money back. Yay. But I say all this to say that it's important to speak up. Hey, I don't like the way that you spoke to me. Can you not do that? If that person truly loves you, if that person truly cares for you and your emotions, they are going to respect it. But if they don't, then you know how to move, because you can't control their actions, but you can control what you do. In that case, remove yourself, but you gotta say something. Sometimes it's not the person that's the problem, but it's you. And that's something that I am learning on this journey, is taking accountability for my own self. Sometimes it's not people that's hurting you, but you're the one who's accepting the hurt. Then this leads me to the whole issue of people pleasing, where there are certain things that I tolerated and I was hurt because I didn't want to step on nobody's toes. I'm telling you, if you do not set the boundaries, you do not give people something to respect. And people will take advantage. It's in our nature. We know that it's good for us. It's in our benefit. As human beings, we are going to take advantage. And this is why you have to let it be known. Hey, I can't do that. And let me just be real with you. Sometimes you don't even need to give people an explanation. And I realized that I used to overcomplicate things. I'm like, oh my gosh, like if I say no, I have to give them a reason. I have to tell them why I can't do it. And it's like sometimes it's just like, hey, I'm unavailable today. Sorry. Period. Like, it's okay. It's literally okay. Because one of the things that I realized that when you don't set boundaries, it's going to build up. That has happened to me in the past, where I have gotten frustrated, I have gotten upset to the point where now my emotions control me. Where now I'm having a whole attitude. Where now it's just like, you can't tell me nothing. Like I'm gonna blow up. And this is something that I've learned, where it's just like, do not allow people to get you to that point. Be ready so you don't have to get ready. And I'm gonna be real, y'all. I'm not trying to make it seem like, oh, that's nothing. It's not easy, especially because of the fact that as human beings, we are creatures of habit. Someone has been doing something to you for such a long time, and now for you to be like, all right, can you not do that? I actually don't like when you do that. There might be some tension, because they're gonna be like, I've been doing this forever to you, and you haven't liked it this whole time. Like, it might create some tension, but I do believe that if you are someone that values that relationship, you value that person in your life, I think that it deserves a discussion. It deserves a conversation. And you could even just be like, hey, I'm be real with you, I don't really like it, so like, can you not do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I love you and all, but please don't do that. There's ways that you can communicate without coming off If that person truly values you, if that person loves you, then they're gonna be like, okay, cool. Setting boundaries is not only to save the relationship between you and that person, but also too, it's to also let it be an example for everybody else. Because there are things that we accept from one person that other people think that it's okay to do it to you. A lot of the time, some people get too comfortable and they think that, oh, they see this person did this to you, they see that person do that to you, and they think they can do the same thing to you. Little do that person know that you don't even like when that's being done to you. So this is why you gotta set the boundaries. Nip it in the bud from the beginning. If that is something that you don't like, if deep down inside you realize, oh, what they said hurt me. Oh, I don't like how that made me feel. Say something. If you are joining me on this journey, can we please get rid of people pleasing? Like, for real, that is part of me learning to set boundaries. I had to learn that I can't play savior for everyone. There are times where I have to say no. As much as I love, those who know me personally, I love helping people. I love serving others. That is something that God has placed inside of me. I love to serve others. I love to help people, but I'm not God. And now, because I started to be burnt out, because I'm trying to do everything, I'm trying to please everyone around me. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Guess what? I ended up not pleasing God. I ended up being negligent and careless in the works that God has given me. And God is like, what does the word says? Obedient is better than sacrifice. You making all these sacrifices for everyone else, but you're not being obedient to me. Come on. That was a word for someone. Making all these sacrifices, right? Because of you being a people pleaser, you end up not pleasing the one that actually matters. So there was this quote that I came across, and it says, we shouldn't fear failure, but succeeding in things that doesn't even matter. So in other words, what's the point of me doing all of these things for these people, but yet God is like, that is not what I called you to do. And that's the issue with us, where a lot of us, we are trying to play savior. That is a role that you cannot fulfill because we are limited as human beings. And so with that being said, we have to learn to say no. I have to learn to say no. I have to learn to be like, Deborah, you cannot do that. Because guess what? Because you saying yes to this person means that you're saying no to God. I'm doing all of these things for everybody else, but yet I'm not spending time with God. I'm not speaking to God. I'm not reading my Bible. And so that is something that I am learning, is to say no. And it's okay to say no. As long as you are saying no with respect, as long as you are saying no with love, if that person cares for you, like I said again, if that person cares for you and truly do love you, they will respect your no and not take it to heart. So you guys, I hope you guys took something from this video. I hope this helps you on your journey. And once again, stay tuned for more, because I'm excited to see where God is going to take me on this journey. I know there's going to be ups, I know there's going to be downs, but I'm embracing the process so that I can see the progress. It's time. It's time to really dig deep and to deal with those issues, because I know that I do not want to enter the new chapter of my life, new blessings in my life, with carrying the same baggage from my past. And so I hope you guys stick around to see how this journey looks on me. And I'm excited, but also nervous. Once you face that problem, now it requires you to actually do something about it, because now you are aware and you have brought it to light. So stick around. And of course, I thank God for allowing you guys to watch this video, because today was not promised, but it was all given by God, and I thank God for that. And I hope you guys have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Whenever you are watching this video, have a blessed day. May God bless you. And until next time, peace.